Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we are going to take a look at what's happening in your love life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. This one too? All right. This one? This one? Okay, Leo, your overall energy for this week's reading is the Queen of Pentacles. As you see, it says the supporter of generosity and security. So this is talking about, of course, what you want, a long-term, stable, and committed relationship. It's an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn, okay? Underneath this, we have the Ten of Swords, the darkest before dawn way. This is talking about an ending. I feel like it's the ending that you had with your twin or whoever it was you were with before, where, at this point that we're at right now. You have a wish to have, like I said, this long-term, stable, and committed relationship here. And I feel like Spirit is telling you with the Strength card, okay, your energy, that you need to believe in yourself and overcome whatever obstacles you have to overcome in order to have what it is that you want, okay? Underneath this, we have the Emperor. I feel like this is representing the new person that's coming in. This is Aries energy. This can talk about someone who is very stable, driven is the word I'm getting, very practical. This could be fatherhood energy. This is someone who, if they don't already have children, they're going to want to have children. This would be someone who would make a good father, okay? Then we've got the Judgment card underneath this. This is talking about you having a second chance in love, the Scorpio energy. And this is someone, the Emperor card, the person that's being represented by the Emperor. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is talking about this connection being destined, okay? So we're going to start by clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. Let's start with that. Queen of Pentacles, please. Okay, so we've got the Mute card here. I feel like this is representing the twin, what you went through with the twin. You came forward, you told this person how you felt. This person, acted like your feelings didn't mean anything. They didn't give you anything in return. They ran, basically, okay? This is somebody who is, like I said, out in the streets, dealing with other people. They may have been married. They may have had children with someone else. This person keeps their cards or plays their cards close to the vest. They keep them close to the vest. They don't tell a lot of people a lot of things about themselves. I feel like they want to get information from you, but they're reluctant to give information about themselves, okay? So when it comes to the situation, we've got two cards here that fell. Here's the King of Pentacles and the Empress card. And I see this ring. I also see the Knight of Pentacles is what showed up. The Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like what Spirit is talking about is, you wanting this relationship with someone who's very ambitious. And usually with the Knight of Pentacles, it's the slowest knight in the deck. It's talking about someone who is driven when it comes to career, okay? But I feel like the reason why that came to me was that you want someone who is ambitious when it comes to a relationship, right? Who's coming with the ring, right? So with the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy, I feel like Spirit is saying that this is the energy that you need to sit in, is the Empress energy, okay? You need to make sure that you continue to keep your heart open, because we know that, you went through something very, just very detrimental with this twin, okay? And then with the Ten of Swords, this can talk about, betrayal. So this person betrayed you. Like, I feel like in almost every way possible, a person could betray you in a relationship, okay? So we're talking about what it is that you truly do want. You want somebody to come forward and want to give you something long-term, stable, and committed. Okay. And Spirit is telling you that yes, you can have that, but it's going to require you to, continue to keep your heart open, even after what has been done to you by this twin. Okay. Because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Can you go through these things in these love relationships? Okay. And it's not just it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship all the time when you get hurt. It can be a family relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be anything. But in this case, we are talking about a romantic relationship. Okay. So we've got the solitude card that fell here. I feel like this is what you're doing. You're taking time out to think about what it is that you truly want. Okay. You do have somebody coming towards you with this Knight of Pentacles energy, but they're moving very slowly. As I said, this is the slowest knight in the deck, but it's a good thing, because I feel like this person here, they rushed in really fast. They told you all this crap. They regurgitated pretty much everything you said. I feel like they just sat and listened to what you were saying, and just agreed with what you were saying, and was saying that that's what they wanted too. But really, it wasn't about that. It was about this person trying to control the situation, wanting attention, and wanting to, do the do with you, whether it's male or female. Okay. Okay. So the second placement we're going to take a look at is the challenge in this connection. So we've got, or in this situation, we've got the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So what Spirit is saying is that you have the capacity, the potential to have a long-term, stable, and committed relationship, to have the love, the money, the legacy, the whole 9 yards, the family, everything that you want. But you've got to do the work in order to achieve this. Okay. Because the reason why the things happened with you and the twin is because there's some things that you got to look at. It's not just you. They got a whole lot of stuff that they got to look at too. But this right now is talking about you. Okay. All right. Because we can't help them. That person is in denial. Okay. So Spirit is telling you what you want is coming, but it's going to require you to have patience. Okay. And I know a lot of you are champing at the bit. You want to be with, you want to be with your person. You ready to already be in a relationship like 10 years ago, but all things have to happen in their time, is what I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. All right. The next card we're going to take a look at is the guidance. So we have 9 of Swords. So it says anxiously stressed out way. This is talking about crying, nightmares, sleepless nights, like being really just upset about the state of your affairs when it comes to your love life. And I feel like with this card, Spirit is telling you that you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Not saying that what this person did was right, or saying that you deserved any of these things, or taking this person's side. We're not doing that. What Spirit is saying is that you are kind of marinating in this energy. Okay. And you got to learn from whatever happened. You have to take that with you, that lesson with you, and move out of this energy, because you've got to work on opening your heart back up so you can have the type of person you want to walk in. Okay. So yeah, you've got a barrier here. Let's see what it is. Can I have some more cards for? Okay. Yeah. You have a barrier. Okay. You have some things that you have to release. Okay. You know what these things are. If you're clueless, you feel like you're clueless, you don't know what's going on, go back and look at all of your prior relationships. I did this the other day. I went back through all of my relationships and thought about what their intention was in the connection, and what was going on, and how things, ended. And I thought about, myself and the role I played as well. And so that's what Spirit is saying. You're going to have to release. There's some negative beliefs, negative thoughts that you've been carrying around that you're going to have to release, because you carrying these things in your energy is what is allowing people who act like your twin to come in and mistreat you. Okay. All right. I'm not saying you did anything to make this person do that. Okay. It's the thoughts you have in your mind. It's subconscious. You're not doing it consciously. Okay. All right. So the next placement we're going to take a look at is the focus. Okay. So Spirit is giving you the Hermit card. This is Virgo energy. This could represent the older person in the connection. I feel like it's you, whether you're the older person or not. With the Hermit card, this is Spirit saying you need to use this Hermit energy to go within and learn the lessons from what you needed to learn in the past, because if you're repeating things, Leo, there are things from your past, things that happened that you didn't learn from. That's how this life is. That's why, you'll hear people say, I've been in all these relationships and it was the same situation over and over again. It was just with a different person. That's what they mean by that, is that the lesson wasn't learned, so they were forced to repeat it. And so Spirit is saying you got to go within, dig down deep, and find out what's going on or what went on with you in the past, so you can heal it and move forward, because you can't make new decisions and act from a different place if you're still nursing the same wounds and the same things you went through, okay? Because you want to have compromise, someone you can compromise with. You want to have commitment with someone, right? But in order for you to do that, okay, there may be a little, pride and ego that you've got to take a look at as well, okay? This card is not just for your twin. We know your twin sits primarily in the pride and ego, but there's some things that we have to admit. We have to go back and admit that we did wrong too, to fully learn from the situation, so that you don't make the same mistakes that you did in the past, okay? All right, so this last card here represents the outcome. So we've got the Knight of Cups, okay? It says the messenger of romance and invitations. So this is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I feel like this is the same knight here that showed up in the beginning as the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And I feel like what is going to happen is the more you focus on yourself, love on yourself, work on yourself, release the things you need to release, okay? Take care of these barriers. Spirit is telling you that this Knight of Pentacles is going to speed up and become the Knight of Cups, okay? This card is going to reverse, and it's going to become the Knight of Cups, and they're going to be able to come in with a love offer for you to have a chance to have the type of relationship you want to have, okay? Let's clarify. Okay, yeah, this is going to be someone who is very understanding, because I feel like that's the biggest thing for a lot of us. We feel like people don't understand where we're coming from. I bet you if you go back through your old relationships, you'll feel like most of those people you were in relationships with never truly understood the type of person you were and the way you operated, okay? I feel like you may have this idea in your mind about who you are, but nobody ever really saw who Leo was. That's what I feel like for a lot of you is happening, okay? All right, so we're going to get some messages from the new person, okay? I'm going to use this deck, the soulmate deck, because when I try to use the other decks, the twin is trying to come through, and I know a lot of you don't even want to engage. So we're gonna do this deck and see what your person wants to say. Okay, so we've got, I can't help mentioning you to my close friends or family members. So this new person, like I said, for a lot of you, this person already knows who you are. They may have seen you somewhere. This could be a coworker. It could be someone that you've been so caught up in a relationship with the twin and dealing with the twin that this person may be right in front of your face, and you never even realized they were there, or looked at them in a romantic way, but they've been looking at you that way, okay? We've got, you appear often in my dreams. So this person is dreaming of you on a regular basis. Then we've got, excuse me, I don't trust easily, but with you, I feel so safe and accepted. So this person holds a space for you, is going to hold a space for you to be safe, and vice versa. They're going to want that in return, for you to hold the space for them to be safe as well. Okay. Then we've got, your body is a piece of art and your soul is a piece of heaven. So this is someone who not only has a physical attraction to you, but they're in love with your soul, with your essence, with who Leo truly is. Okay. And then we've got, I like sleeping next to you. So this is going to be someone who enjoys just being with you, just laying in the bed with you. Y'all don't have to be doing anything, So this is the type of love that everybody wants. I feel like this is what they talk about, on the Hallmark Channel and so on and so forth. So Spirit is saying you have the potential to have it, but you got to make moves to show Spirit that you've learned your lessons and you're doing what you need to do to bring this person in. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get some messages from Spirit now. So we have passion. Try something you've never done before. I feel like this is Spirit just saying you need to focus on things that are going to light you up, you know, things that tap into your creativity. Do things that you enjoy, okay? Or things that you've always wanted to do, okay? So we've got children. It says children are important to this partnership. So if you already have kids, this new person is going to come in and want to help you take care of them. If they have kids and you both have kids, they're going to want to combine the families and create a new blended family. All right. Or if you want to have children and neither one of you have kids, they're going to want to have a family with you. Okay. Then we've got obstacles. It says unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. So you want to move forward. You want that Knight of Pentacles to speed up and become that Knight of Cups. Figure out what your wounds are and heal them, okay? All right, Leo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Leo.